Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, Yonex Percept 100. Stay tuned. Percept 100. This is the update of the V-Core Pro 100, which actually was a very, very good selling racket. We demoed it quite a bit, and when we got it into the right hands, they actually made the purchase. And normally it was somebody who was looking for just a little more power and a little bit ease of the power. From my remembering the old version, it actually played very, very well. So let's see what the Percept in this racket does. All right, so see you on the court.
What are you doing?
Hey, coach, I'm ricing. I hurt my ankle, so ricing.
Ricing?
Ricing.
You mean rest, icing, compression, and elevation?
Rice? All right, just finished up Percept 100. Coach Goo.
So 100 Percept, like I said, this is a great, like for 100, it actually feels pretty nice in hand. Like the weight overall feels really nice in hand. This racket definitely cuts through the air really quick. But even though it's at 100 and it cuts through the air quick, you actually get a nice feel response, especially with all the technology that Yonex is coming out lately, especially their servo filter. I mean, this is really surprising. Most 100 rackets don't really provide a lot of feel, just because they're more power focused. But with this racket, with the Percept, it definitely gives you that feel. It gives you that power and that feel, that response that if you hit a clean ball, it rewards you with a nice feel. So great update. If you're a person that is looking for 100 square inch racket, this could be a contender for you.
Coach Chris. There we go.
All right. So the 100 model. It's a little bit on the lighter side for me, for sure. That's one thing I noticed quite a bit. I felt like it definitely could have used a little bit more weight around the throat here, maybe a little bit into the head too as well. But again, not a bad racket for 100. I felt like I had a lot more control compared to the other 100 square inch frames out there. But it cut through the air a lot quicker too as well. And I definitely got more feel. And again, just the technology for this, that's what they're doing with Percept. I think it's doing really good because not only do you get enough feel too as well, I think it pockets quite well with this one. So instead, though, even though the neck of it is a little bit on the shorter side compared to like the 97H, I felt like it did have quite enough pocketing too as well. So, for this 100, again, I think it's a really good competitive for all the other 100s out there. So good, definitely worth a try if you want that effortless power with this racket for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. The first thing I noticed was the head comes through so fast. On impact, you definitely get a good amount of power. This is a 23 millimeter beam. The 97s are 21 millimeter. So you do get the extra thickness, which equates to more
You
stiffness.
can see it. You could see the thickness to this racket a little bit more.
Yeah. On impact, though, it's very plush. It's very
forgiving.
It's very forgiving. It's got a good, pocketing, semi-flex feel to it. It's very predictable. When you come through at impact, pew, it takes off.
But if you feel the takeoff, and some rackets you don't, which is very surprising with this racket, because when you launch it, you felt that launch, right?
Oh, yeah.
For some rackets, especially with like the Babolat's, who they're known for their pure drives, sometimes you don't really feel that contact over time.
Yeah, exactly.
This one does give you a nice feedback response.
Yep.
Right away.
The feedback is great on it, and they keep saying that this racket takes out the bad vibration, or this line.
It really does, actually.
It does.
It
I agree.
really does.
I agree.
I don't think, even let's say you misplace a shot, you don't really feel it. It's surprising how it is.
I think with the thicker beam, it's more pronounced too.
Yeah, but even with the whole series that I felt we tried out, they did a really good job. Even when it's a little bit out of the sweet spot, it does feel solid enough to bring that ball around.
Totally. So definitely recommend this if you're a 100 user. If you're I don't want to compare it to any rackets, but if you're wanting a slightly bigger head than a 97 and you're kind of a weekend warrior yet intermediate level player, this would kind of be the perfect racket for you.
I would say even high school players could play with that one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that.
I would say, yeah, I mean, even juniors, younger juniors, especially around the 12s and 14s, that are looking to a transition period of going up a racket and upping the weight a little more. I mean, this is a racket they should look out for.
Definitely. I totally agree with that.
It's another good competitive line to all the other hundreds out there. You would think really Yonex has 100, but I would definitely try this one out for sure. Again, I think it's probably, if not, I think most of it is you get the more feel and less kind of
a little more power.
Yeah, I think the feel on this racket, especially the 100 series, is very impressive. It is very impressive.
I don't think people know enough or know
they
that
don't.
they actually have 100.
I think it's because I think Babolat's so used to doing 100 given, especially if you're a Babolat user, especially if you're using the Aero Pro or the Pure Aero at this point. It's 100, right? So surprisingly, this one cuts fast, and I would say has the most feel out of the 100 family.
Yep. All right, cool. Thanks for reviewing with me, guys. Coach Gu, where can we find you?
You can find me at agu.tennis. I'll also be posting content there as well.
Coach Chris.
You can find me at TV Chen Tennis.
And
that's
it.
Sorry, we stole your line, but it felt good.
It's it. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.